Hey everyone, my name is Ganning. I'm one of the co-founders of Verste, and what I wanted to do in this video was just give a brief overview on how to use Verste for contributors. So we'll be going over how to create new simplifications, edit previous simplifications that other people have made, and how to use our platform as a whole. Right when you go to Verste, which is at wiki.verste.org, this is where all of our content is located at, you'll be greeted with our homepage right here. And right here, what you can see is you can see a brief overview of our organization, Verste contributors, which is what you are if you're watching this video, which is super awesome. Our core team, if you hover over each of these, you'll be able to access our emails. And down here at the bottom, you'll notice that it says Verste is powered by Wiki.js. So Verste is actually, it runs on the Wiki.js framework. So if there's something that I go over in this video and that didn't really make sense, you can always go ahead and just Google how to do something in Wiki.js, and then you'll be able to find that article that Wiki.js has created themselves. So once you get to Verste, you'll see that on the left-hand side right here, we have a bunch of research paper categories. And what's important to note is that none of these paper categories have spaces in them, right? Because that's not allowed in Wiki.js, at least for folder names, sorry. So after that, let's go ahead and click into something such as computer science, and you'll notice in here that we have computer science related papers. So let's say that I wanted to learn about leveraging BERT for extractive text summarization. You'll see that right here we have our title of our research paper, which is leveraging BERT for extractive text summarizations. And yeah, right here we have a brief overview. We have some important links, a link back to the original article, which is on ARXIV, which I'll open in that new tab in a second. Main points of this article, so Python, BERT, and K-means clustering, right? So for this, we'll be creating a bulleted list, and we'll be going over this stuff in a second. A method section right here, so basically what the authors did to attain their results, and the rest of this paper. To head back to the root of our directory folder right here in Wiki.js, we can go ahead and click this root button. You'll notice that we're back in this home directory or folder right here. Then if we want to go back to the home page, just click on that. You'll be there as well. So that was a brief overview of our website, and let's go ahead and take a look at how we can actually create a new simplification now. The paper that I want to simplify is right here. It's recent approaches for text summarization using machine learning and LSTM0. So if I head back to the Verste platform, what I can do to create a new simplification is go ahead and click on this new page button. So if I click on that, you'll see that I'm taken to this select new page location option drop down, and I can choose where I want to put my new page. So what I'm going to say is, since this falls into the category of computer science, what I can say is computer-science, like that. Make sure to spell exactly like it's like that, or you can just click on this. Oops, don't click on that actually. Just make sure to spell exactly like you did above. And then after that, what I can say is go ahead and take the title of this paper, which is leveraging BERT for extractive text summarization, or not this one actually, sorry, which is recent approaches for text summarization using machine learning and LSTM0, and go ahead and make this, paste that into there. But don't click select yet, because we're gonna have to make a couple of changes, right? So all of our URLs should be lowercase. So change all uppercase letters to lowercase, and you'll notice that I'm deleting these spaces and replacing them with dashes, because URLs should not have spaces in them. That would not make sense. And summarization, using machine learning. Symbols like this we can replace with their word counterpart, so we can say and then LSTM0. I'm just going to go ahead and copy that and just say LSTM0, all lowercase. After that, go ahead and click select, and you'll be taken to this editor chooser, right? So if you know Markdown, you can go ahead and select the Markdown editor. If you know Visual editor, which is almost like Microsoft Word or Google Docs, go ahead and select Visual. Most people, if you don't know which one to choose, I would say go ahead and pick Visual editor. That's what we're going to be going over this video as well. But for this video, so for most people, we'll be using Visual Editor, but there's also code right here. But when you're creating a new research simplification, always click on the From Template button right here. Right, so this From Template button is going to allow you to, if you click on that, you'll be able to choose a template to create a paper from. And when you're using Verste, you always want to create a research paper from a template. And if you click on Verste resources, we have provided a template for you. it's going to say it's empty. That's because my Wi-Fi is a little bit spotty, but it's going to load for a second. And you'll notice that right here we have our research paper templates. Contributors guide, that should be linked on the homepage. The general paper template is what we want to use. I just click select. It will go ahead and create a general paper template for me. So after that, let's go ahead and go back to our paper, copy this title again, and then paste that in this title box right here. Perfect. For this short description, for sake of time, I'm just going to go ahead and copy this first sentence right here. It should not be over 255 characters. Whoops, that did not copy. Copy. Make sure that copied. Yep. And then place that in here. It should not be over 255 characters. Make a note of that. Verify that your path is correct. Then from tags, I'm going to add NLP because this deals with natural language processing. Add natural language processing. You can also add computer science right here. Click OK. Adding tags just allows other people to be able to search for your papers on our site, and it just makes it a bit more convenient for others. After that, right here, we have the title with proper capitalization. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and copy this title right here, and then paste that into here, so it's properly capitalized. For our authors, right here, you'll notice that we have this long string of authors. What I'm going to actually do is I'm just going to go ahead and copy it from here because it looks a bit more convenient to copy. Paste that in right there. Delete these numbers. Place commas where you need them to be. Sometimes copying from a PDF will not give you the best results like this. And then the original article was actually on proquest.com, so instead of ARXIV, I'm going to go ahead and delete this and say proquest.com like that. Highlight that, and then go ahead and click on this link button, paste that in there, and that's how you hyperlink it. After that, you'll notice that right here, we have a couple of main points and sections on this some simplification template that we have. So for main points, what we want to include here is just bullet points of important information that we really want the user to know. So stuff in this section would contain information from the results section of the original paper, and it's just key points that the researchers want the readers of the paper to definitely take away. And please keep this in a bullet point format because we want to try and keep all papers across Verste consistent. After that, we have a method section. So this is just a brief overview of the methods that the authors of the paper used when coming up with their results. You can go ahead and create flowcharts on something such as Lucidchart, and then place the methods that the authors used in a list like right here, like this 1, 2, 3, 4. They can obviously be a bit longer, like 3 sentences for each item. Then you can also add information here. Right, so everything here is intuitive. Right, example section right here. What this is, this can be something such in the methods section, right? So if I just click into here, or it can be essentially actually sections that you think are important for the reader to know, right? So for my paper, what I might choose for an example section is, let's say, Bayesian model of summaries. This might be a section that I want to keep here, right? So if I just paste in Bayesian model. Oh, whoops, this. If I just paste in Bayesian model summaries, you'll see that it gets pasted right there, and you'll notice that the formatting got a bit messed up, but what you can do to actually change formatting is just go ahead and highlight the text. It's currently a heading 2, but we want this to be paragraph text, so go ahead and shrink it down. So it's pretty intuitive, like this. Go ahead and include some background information right here. So just pretend that you are someone with absolutely zero experience reading the papers of computer science, this topic, and you want to explain this topic to them. What information do they need to know? So an example for my paper, which is this right here, I might be talking about what machine learning is, what is natural language processing, just information like that. After that, we have the citation section, and this citation section is just for you to put any sources that you used in this paper, simplification, right? So anything that you had in the background information that you found from online should go into here. Please put in NLA format. The original paper source should also be in here as well. After that, what you can say, also, I forgot to cover this earlier, but what you can do is, in order to, add sections. So if I just go ahead and copy this Bayesian model section, I can go ahead and paste it like that, and that'll just create a new section right there. Also, if I wanted to include a figure, what I can just say is I'm just going to find a cat picture from online and pretend that this is a figure. But let's say that you actually wanted to include a figure. Go ahead and find that figure that you want. I'm just going to go ahead and save this image of the cat picture. What I can say is if I wanted to include this, go ahead and click on Insert Assets. And then right here, you'll notice that we have this Browse Assets button right there, so I'm gonna go ahead, just move myself a bit so I can drag my downloads, place that right there, move myself back, and then go ahead and click on the upload button. So this asset will upload. Notice that once it uploads, it is going to be on the second page. This was uploaded a few seconds ago. Or it's going to be on the last page of whichever one you're looking at. Yeah, so once I click that, this is how you insert figures and stuff of that nature. And then if I just shrink it down, whoops, a bit bigger. Might have to be careful with shrinking stuff down a bit. Yeah, it's generally pretty intuitive on how you do things. If I didn't explain something in this video, go ahead and Google it. You can add a figure caption like that. Right here we can adjust line spacing, we can adjust the font that we're using. Please try to use default, but also if there's code that you're including on here, you can use Courier New, but they actually have a code option. But yeah, we can bold text, just highlight it, click bold. You can italicize it, click italicize, underline it by clicking underline, strike through by clicking strike through, subscript, superscript, highlight text, text alignment, paragraph. So this is almost just like Google Docs, right? We can also create tables, quotes, etc. So whenever you're done creating this page, go ahead and click this create button, and it's going to go ahead and just render for a second. So now this page is created, right? Perfect. This is exactly what you had. And if I wanted to edit this page, what I can do is I can just go ahead and click on this edit page button, and I click edit, and you'll notice that right here, I'm able to edit this page again. Make sure to always save your changes. Whoops, sorry, let me go back. If you make a change right here, like that, make sure to always save your changes before you click close. If you click close without saving your changes will be gone. After that, you'll notice that when I just made those changes, it shows right there. If you created this in Visual Editor, like we did with the template, and you want to change this to another format, what we can say is go ahead and hover over this, go ahead and click Convert. Visual Editor, I can convert this to Markdown, stay in Visual Editor, or go to raw HTML. Let's just say I want to use Markdown. If I click on that, this will be converted into Markdown. Right? If I click close, right there. And then now when I edit it, it's going to be default in Markdown. But I can always change this back to Visual Editor by clicking this, convert. And most people will use the Visual Editor, but feel free to use whatever you're comfortable with. Then after that, this is actually just basically what I wanted to go over in this video. If you wanted to, I didn't go over this at the beginning, but if you want to search for a paper, what I can always do is, if I wanted to search for leveraging BERT, I just search here, leveraging BERT for extractive text summarization. Right here, click on that, we go to the link right there. But yeah, that's all I had for this video. Please let me know if it helped. If you still have any lingering questions, you can always Google how to do blank XYZ on Wiki.js, which is right here, because this site runs on the Wiki.js framework. So yeah, if you can't find anything online, and feel free to DM me on Discord or send an email to ganning@verste.org. I'll be happy to answer.